Hello everyone, if you are struggling with problems in engineering mechanics and vectors, you have on the right place. Go to the playlist, watch our videos and boost your concept. Now, let's try this question. The two forces F1 and F2 acting at A have a resultant force of Fr which has the value of minus 100 kpounds. Determine the magnitude and coordinate direction angle of F2. Now, if you see the question diagram, they are the two triangles given to us. Let's call this triangle number 1 and the another triangle, let's call this triangle number 2. And if you see carefully, so this length right here, it is basically common in between these two triangles. Let's call this f prime. So our first step is to find out the value of f prime here. Okay. So this is nothing but the direction of f prime, and this is nothing but the fx. And similarly, this length right here, it is nothing but the fy. So the question arises in your mind here is why I draw the fx fy like this? Because so there are the two reasons behind it. Number one is watch the diagram carefully, and number two is look at the lengths present in our diagram. Okay, so that's why I draw the fx and fy like this. So I take the top view of this diagram. This is nothing but our fx, and this is basically the top view of f1 diagram. Okay, so this is basically our fx length, and this one right here, it is basically our the fy, and this one it is basically our the f prime. So according to the question diagram, the angle between the f prime and fx, it is nothing but the 30 degree. So this angle right here, it is nothing but the 30 degree, and this angle, it is nothing but the 90 degree. So apply the sine theta and cos theta function here. So we know that sine theta, which is equal to, some people have, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. The opposite side of theta, it is nothing but the perpendicular, and in this case it is nothing but the fy. And the opposite side of 90 degree, it is nothing but the hypotenuse, and in this case it is nothing but the f prime. And where the two angles meet each other, so this length are known as the base. So sine theta, which is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, the perpendicular in this case nothing but the fy, and the hypotenuse is nothing but the f prime. So f prime, which is equal to fy upon sine of theta. Let's call this equation number 1. Similarly, apply the cos theta here. So cos theta, which is equal to base upon hypotenuse. The base in this case is basically the fx, and the hypotenuse in this case is nothing but the f prime. So f prime, which is equal to fx upon cos of theta. So the direction of fx is nothing but the negative x-axis. So this is nothing but the positive x-axis, and the opposite side of this positive x-axis, it is nothing but the negative x-axis. Okay, so the fx are drawn on the negative x-axis. So based on their direction, the fx, it is nothing but the negative. So f prime, which is equal to negative fx upon cos of theta based on their direction. So let's call this equation number 2. Now this is for triangle number 1. Let's talk about the triangle number 2 here. So I am extracting the triangle number 2 to here. Now this is basically the triangle number 2 here. Okay, so this length, if you see the equation diagram, okay, not mine. So this length right here, it is basically the fz, the triangle number 2 here. Okay, so if you see the equation diagram, not mine, so this length right here, it is basically the fz, and this is basically the 60 pound, and this one right here, it is basically the f prime. So I this triangle into here. Okay, so similarly apply the sine theta and cos theta function here. So this is nothing but sine theta, which is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. The opposite side of theta, it is nothing but the perpendicular, and in this case it is nothing but the fz. So fz is our perpendicular, and the opposite side of 90 degree, it is nothing but the hypotenuse, and in this case it is nothing but the 60 pounds. And similarly, where the two angles meet each other, so this length are known as base. So sine theta, which is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So the value of theta, it is nothing but the 50 degree. Okay, so sine 50 degree, which is equal to perpendicular, which is fz upon hypotenuse, which is 60. So fz, which is equal to 60 into sine of 50 degree. So 60 into sine 50, you will get 45.96 pound. So what about the direction of fz? So this is basically direction of fz, and it is acting vertically downward. So based on their direction, the value of fz, it is nothing but the negative 45.96 pound because of their direction. Similarly, apply the cos theta function here. So cos theta, which is equal to base upon hypotenuse. The base in this case is basically the f prime, and the hypotenuse in this case is nothing but the 60. So cos 50 degree into 60, which is equal to f prime. So from the equation number 1, and this is basically the equation number 1, putting the value of equation number 1 into this expression, so you will get cos of 50 degree into 60, which is equal to fy upon sine of theta. And the value of theta of equation number 1 as well as the equation number 2, it is nothing but the 30 degree. Okay, so fy, which is equal to cos of 50 degree into 60 into sine of 30 degree. So fy, which is equal to 19.28 pounds. This is basically the value of fy. Similarly, from equation number 2, we will get fx, which is equal to cos of 50 degree into 60 into cos of 30 degree with negative sign. Okay, so the value of fx, it is nothing but 33.40 pound, but negative sign. So we successfully find out the value of fx, value of fy, and value of fz. So what is the Cartesian form of the F1 force? So the F1, it is nothing but F1, which is equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk pounds. The F1, which is equal to the value of fx, it is nothing but negative 33.40 I cap. Similarly, the value of fy, it is nothing but 19.28 j cap. And similarly, the value of fz, it is nothing but negative 45.96 k cap pound. This is basically the value of f1. Now, what about the value of f2, which we are going to find out? Now, let's talk about the f2. Since we don't know the value of f2 here, or not we have the triangle given to here. Okay, so the Cartesian form of f2 are written as f2, which is equal to fxi, similarly plus fyj, and similarly plus fzk, and the unit here is nothing but the pound, so this one is also pound. So this is nothing but the f2x. So according to the question, the value of fr, it is nothing but negative 100k. So the value of fr, it is nothing but in negative 100k. So we are going to apply the resultant formula here, and this formula says that fr, which is equal to f1 plus f2, so that we compare I with I, j with j, and k with k to the opposite side. And in this case, the opposite side, it is nothing but the resultant vector. Okay, so let me show you how. So the value of fi, it is nothing but negative 100k, and the value of f1, it is nothing but negative 33.40 I plus 19.28 j cap. Similarly, negative 14.96 k cap. And similarly, the value of f2, it is nothing but fxi plus fij, and similarly fzk. And you don't need to write down the unit here. Okay, so write I with I, similarly write j with j, and lastly write k with k, so that you will get negative 100k, which is equal to negative 33.40 I cap plus fxi, similarly plus 19.28 j cap with positive fyj, similarly negative 45.96k with positive fzk. So I'm going to take the unit vector common from each expression. Okay, so this one become negative 100k, which is equal to I bracket negative 33.40 plus fx, similarly plus j cap bracket 19.28 plus fy, and similarly plus k cap with negative 45.96 plus fz. So equate the components of unit vector to the opposite side. So this side is I written here, and the opposite side there is no I written here. So compare this whole expression to 0. So it will become negative 33.40 plus fx, which is equal to 0. Similarly, so compare this expression to the opposite side of j. So to the opposite side there is no j component present. So this one becomes 19.28 plus fy, which is equal to 0. And similarly, compare this k to the opposite side of k. So to the opposite side, there is k present. So this one become negative 45.96 plus fz, which is equal to negative 100. So I erase some extra thing from here. Now shift negative 33.40 to the opposite side so that it will become fx, which is equal to positive 33.40 pound and I cap, because I represent the direction of f2 along the x-axis. Similarly, shift 19.28 to the opposite side so that it will become fy, which is equal to negative 19.28 pounds j cap. And lastly, shift negative 45.96 to the opposite side so that it will become positive 45.96. And similarly, if you add negative 100 with positive 45.96, you will get fz, which is equal to negative 54.04 pounds k cap. So the Cartesian form of f2 are written as f2, which is equal to 33.40 I cap. Similarly, with negative 19.28 j cap with negative 54.04 k cap pound. This is basically the Cartesian form of F2. Now, what about its magnitude? So for the magnitude, we have the formula, and it says that F2, which is equal to under root 33.40 whole square with positive 19.28 whole square with positive 54.04 whole square. So grab the calculator, put the values into it and solve it for the magnitude of F2. So the magnitude of F2, it is nothing but 66.38 pound. So this is nothing but the magnitude of F2, and this one right here, it is nothing but the Cartesian form of F2. Now what about the coordinate direction angle of F2? We have the formula, and this formula says that alpha, which is equal to cos inverse fx upon f. Similarly, beta, which is equal to cos inverse fy upon f. And lastly, gamma, which is equal to cos inverse fz upon f. So alpha, which is equal to cos inverse the value of fx, it is nothing but 33.40, so it will become 33.40. Similarly, divided by f, and the value of f, it is nothing but 66.38, so it will become 66.38, comma beta, which is equal to cos inverse fy. The value of fy, it is nothing but negative 19.28, so it will become negative 19.28 divided by f, and the value of f, it is nothing but 66.38. Similarly, the value of gamma, which is equal to cos inverse the value of fz, it is nothing but a negative 54.04, and the value of f, it is nothing but 66.38. So alpha, which is equal to 59.79 degree. Similarly, the value of beta, which is equal to 106.88 degree. And lastly, the value of gamma, which is equal to 144.49 degree. Now, this is for all about question number 278. But what about the question number 279? For question number 279, we know the vectorial form of f1. So I erase some extra thing from here. This is basically the vectorial or the Cartesian form of f1. Now, what about its magnitude form? So f, which is equal to under root 33.40 whole square with positive 19.28 whole square with positive 45.96 whole square. So grab the calculator, put the values into it and solve it for the magnitude of f. So you will get, so the value of f, it is nothing but 59.95 pounds. Now, what about the coordinate direction angles? It is very simple. So it is nothing but alpha, which is equal to cos inverse fx upon f. The value of fx, it is nothing but negative 33.40. So this one becomes negative 33.40 divided by 59.95, comma beta, which is equal to cos inverse fy upon f. The value of fy, it is nothing but 19.28. So it will become 19.28 divided by 59.95. And lastly, the value of gamma, which is equal to cos inverse fz upon f. The value of fz, it is nothing but negative 45.96. So it will become negative 45.96 divided by 59.95. So the value of alpha, it is nothing but 123.85 degree. Similarly, the value of beta, it is nothing but 71.24 degree. And lastly, the value of gamma, it is nothing but 140.05 degree. So this is basically the coordinate direction angle of f1. But the question says that you are going to indicate them. Indicate them means you have to represent these coordinate direction angles on the diagram. So alpha, it is nothing but the angle between the f1 and the positive x-axis. So this angle right here, it is nothing but the 123.85 degree. If you see the equation diagram, okay. And the beta present here, it is nothing but the angle between the f1 and the y-axis. So this angle right here, it is nothing but the 71.24 degree. Similarly, the gamma present here, it is nothing but the angle between the z-axis and the f1. So this angle right here, it is nothing but the 140.5 degree. Now, the question has been solved here and I hope your concept too. So please like, subscribe, comment and share it with your friends too. Take care. Allah Hafiz.